Hi everyone, hope you're well. Me again. Gonna tie a fantastic fly for you today. Something that works really well over here in the UK on the large small waters and on the small still waters, and it is the blue Flash Damsel. It was, I think, created by the photographer and writer Peter Gathercole. And as I say, it works all over the place here in the UK, especially when you're a good searching pattern. When you're around the weed beds looking for the fish, this comes into its own. But it's a simple design based on a damsel fly nymph. So let's get on and tie it. To speed things up, I've put in the vise a Togens Nymph Competition Barbless in size 10, and I have whipped onto the front a pair of bead chain eyes in fluorescent chartreuse. I also do this with blue bead chain eyes, but I quite like how the chartreuse ones pop. And I've just put down a bed of thread on the hook, and what we're going to do is tie in the tail, which is going to be olive marabou. So we're just going to pull some of those free from the stem of the feather. Bear with. There we go. Lick them slightly just to start making them behave, and then we're going to snip off the curlies at the end because they are no good to man nor beast. And we're just going to strip some of the fuzz off the ends so that we're ready to tie it in. A couple of short fibres there, we'll strip that out. And I quite like, on my damsels, I like big bushy tails. But on this, I quite like, I have to say, thinner tails. So once you've got that on, take it all the way down to, this is a barbless hook, but to where the barb of the hook would be, more or less. About there. There we go. And then we're going to pinch the tail to length. Now, I like to keep them long. You can always pinch it shorter on the bank. There we go, nice length of tail. It is a simple tie, so it'll be relatively quick. What we're then going to tie in, if I can find it, is some Togens Kironi skin in blue steel. And this is the tail flash. And I'm going to do 2 per side. So take one strand of the Kironi skin, double it over, and then tie it down on one side. There you go, make sure it's broadly in line. And then you can bring it over and tie it all down on the other side. There we go. Right, then we're going to snip the Kironi skin to length. Get rid of that. And then we're just going to do a couple of wraps underneath the tail to help it stop catching around the bend of the hook when you're casting. I'll tidy up the head area a bit just for now because we don't want all that junk there. Let's finish with your thread up by the eye. And then I'm going to tie in this stuff. Blue Flash Damsel Struggle Threads. It's from Uphaven. I'm using the 8mm version for this. They do a 10mm as well, which is very good. But I quite like the 8 for this pattern. It works for me, but you choose what you'd like. And then we're going to take touching turns down the body. Actually, it's not touching turns at all, is it? It's open turns down the body. There we go, just to secure it down, and then we're going to come all the way back up to behind the eye. I'm just going to tighten my vise to stop that spinning on you. Right, and then we are going to wrap this a bit like a hackle. We're going to pull the fibres back as we go. I'm going to wrap it the same way as I would wrap thread. So just talk amongst yourselves whilst I do this. I'll try not to bash the camera. And as you can see, it just creates a wonderful flashy UV type body. We're going to go up to the eyes, and then we're going to tie it off. Couple of wraps behind, couple of wraps in front, another couple of wraps behind, and snip. Do not snip your thread. There we go, all done. Just secure that. And now all we need is a little bit of dubbing just to finish off. So I've got this wonderful glister dub here. I'm going to use a bit of the blue and I'm going to use a bit of the olive. A couple of strands of each. Mix it all up. Dub it all on. For a brittle synthetic, it does dub on really easily, I have to say. This, I think, was from Vineyards, this. And then we're just going to figure of 8 around the eyes. There we go. And then whip finish by the eye. I always do two whip finishes, just in case the last one fails. They never do, but better safe than sorry. Thread the knot, snap the thread, and that's it. My blue Flash Damsel. I hope you like it. Give it a go. Reach out to me via Togens. Reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know how it fishes for you. Try different colour variations as well. Try different bead chain eyes. You can use beads instead of bead chain eyes. Different shades of olive tail to match the hatch. It is really up to you, but it's a great fly and hopefully it'll bring you some success. Tight lines.